in theology. Education, a lot of their graduate enrollment is in summer. So we do have significant involvement of a contingent that are not kids, and even our kids are not kids. We need to treat them as adults as well and expect more out of them. We are trying to approach that in a very positive way. I think we'll probably be talking about opportunities at Southeastern. I think they have more options than us on chapel. I think we need to look into options for chapels, especially for our graduate students on select times, and then have other times when we come together. So we need to look at a lot of ideas in that way, so we will take that under advisement.
Look, the ordination question, I think, is a question that's going to have to be settled at a whole different level. I think the board is going to have to deal with that, what it means, what its implications are, and what the point of an institution of higher learning is with regard to that. But there are a vast multiplicity of options for people to find ordination right now beyond denominational options. There are others. There are associations of ministers that cluster around ORU, and we're going to get more familiar with those. But I think that ordination question is something that can be discussed in the board, and maybe bring in some people to help us think through what that means. But an institution of higher learning that enters into an ecclesiological issue like ordination may find itself in an awkward place. So we'll have to think through that. But it's a perfectly valid question.
Buenos días, me llamo Skip Mondragón, soy de las clases de 1981 y 85. Good morning, I'm Skip Mondragon. I was hoping that you might respond in Spanish, Dr. Rutland.
Yo hablo castellano, pero perdóname porque mi castellano es pobre.
Bueno.
Gracias.
Good morning. I'm Skip Mondragon. I'm class of 81, and then the class of medicine 85. Two questions. I'll ask the first. In my perception, we've shortchanged our faculty over the year, asked them to give sacrificially, cut salaries, etc. as things went bad, and I think it's left a bad taste in some of these faculty members who have left, others who have remained and struggled. What is going to happen in terms of rectifying that, in terms of properly compensating our outstanding faculty members and to attract other highly qualified faculty members?
Gracias por tu pregunta. Es muy importante. Look, there's a very good statistical standards, industry standards that are available to us, and we will access those. For example, the CCCU standards, or Roberts is a member of CCCU, the Coalition of Christian Colleges and Universities. They give you not only national standards, they give you regional standards, and they will position your university individually. Not only what is the industry standard, but how do your faculty get paid in response to those. We will begin to make sure we are moving toward economic sustainability, but academic sustainability is also important, and academic excellence. And we will begin to take very seriously our fiduciary responsibility to our greatest natural resource in the university, which is the academic community. But these things have to happen in process, and they have to happen the best way that they can as the Board of Trustees takes under advisement the budgetary recommendations of the administration in shared governance. Having said all that, the greatest thing you can know is that the board, this current Board of Trustees, I've heard them, I've listened to them, I sat in and observed the board meeting before I was even elected or voted on, and I can tell you that they're aware of the issue and that they are committed to do the right thing by the faculty. And my statistical evidence shows that there is a gap. It's not huge, but that there is a gap between the industry standard and some of the faculty here by position on Oral Roberts University. But our short answer is we're on it, and we're coming fast.
Great.
Can I just piggyback on that? Dr. Rutland mentioned CCCU, Council of Christian College Universities. They just gave us the benchmarks just recently. On 3 ranks, we're right there with them. On 1 rank, on instructor, we're several $1,000s below. I think it's about 4, but don't hold me on that. But the other 3 we're right on. We are not where we want to be. We're right about just in the middle of the pack, or just a little below the middle of the pack, and want to improve. This last year, while we're running a tentative deficit, this board decided to give everyone a 6% raise. So we have been making progress in recent years, not as much as we would like. In a sense, we do not have a deficit because some of the money from the $62 million gift was held back. So that money was held back because we raised a lot of things. We raised scholarships, we improved the campus, we improved some academic programs, and we improved salaries, but we feel like we have to prime the pump. So we're working our salvation along with fear and trembling, and working both ends against the middle, if you know what we're talking about.
Great. That's good news. One other quick question, if I may. I have colleagues, former classmates of mine and so forth, that felt disenfranchised by this university. They felt perhaps there wasn't wise stewardship of funds, proper treatment of faculty members or of alumni. You've heard elements of this. What can we do as a collective group to reach out to these people who, bottom line, I think some hearts were broken, I guess is the best way. How do we go out there and reach out to them and say, yes, great things are going on here. Yes, there may have been mistakes. You may have been mistreated. Faculty members you were close to may have been mistreated. But we're human, we're working on it, and we want you to come back and join our family.
We could all start writing 50 notes a day, I know that. But you have expressed a sentiment we need to do. We need to be who we are. We need to be distinctive, but we need to be inclusive. We need to be in the bridge building business, not the bridge burning business. So.
Look, what you just said, how can we say that? Well, all I'm saying to you is say it. You're the greatest instrument of public relations that the university can have. And so we are commissioning you. Go into the highways and byways and compel them. Listen, one of the things this university has always been about, always, even from the time it existed only as a dream in one man's mind, one of the things this university has been about is healing. Now, please remember this. I'm no kind of an expert on healing, but please remember this. A wound is an event. Healing is a process. Even if it's a miracle, there's the process of faith. There's the process of healing. There's the process of making that miracle work again. Just because the blind see, now what does it mean that they see? They have to learn to interpret what they even see. So we're in a process of healing, and we can be parts of that process. I believe, as I travel the country, I had the luxury of talking to ORU graduates before they knew who I was. And so I believe that there is a tremendous amount of pent-up goodwill. I think that it's like some huge piñata, and it's just full of the delicious candy of goodwill. And we're going to pop that sucker open.
Hi, my name is Edward Yu. I came as an international student, and I graduated in 2004 with a pastoral Christian ministry bachelor's degree, and in 2006 with a master's in Christian counseling. I serve right now as a satellite director for a counseling agency in northeastern Oklahoma. And as you guys were discussing about engaging the next generation, I would like to hear your thoughts on online degrees and weekend classes. Online degrees and weekend classes, because as a manager now, I see there's needs for adults who would like to be part of ORU, but because of the 8:30, 9:30, 10:30 classes, they are not able to come to ORU.